Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to our humble Soviet Republic, nestled deep, seemingly, in the middle of nowhere. Off in the distance, Ashikal has once again patiently awaited our return after an extended marathon recording session, followed by a prolonged break during which I collected all of your comments, all of your feedback, all of your thoughts and my thoughts, and really tried to figure out what comes next for our soon-to-be glorious nation. With that idea now in hand, folks, I'm back with yet another marathon recording session. So, with that said, as before and as always, please don't hesitate to keep leaving your thoughts, fears, concerns, feedback, suggestions, hopes, and dreams, and all that good stuff in the comments down below. But do keep in mind that I won't be able to actually respond to any of that feedback until the next handful of episodes have gone by. I'll be reading all the comments as they come through, but because I'm pre-recording the next maybe 3, maybe 6, maybe 9 whole episodes, I won't be able to implement those comments until those pre-recorded episodes have been completed. I'll periodically mention it over the course of this marathon recording session, but just wanted to give you the heads up nice and early here. With that said, over the comments of the last handful of episodes, I saw some really great suggestions and some excellent feedback, and I really made me realize that we've taken a couple of wrong turns over the course of the early years of our republic, and we're going to right those wrongs. But folks, I will also mention some of the comments were definitely a bit more aggressive than necessary, for lack of a better way of putting it. And I just wanted to mention that just to say that I am, keep in mind, trying to balance a bunch of different folks' wants and desires, including my own. I have my own vision for what this nation is going to look like, and I'm trying to implement your feedback when and how possible. So just as a quick example, for the longest time, everybody was very upset that I wasn't building asphalt roads. We were always building gravel roads, and it was a waste, and I should just jump straight to asphalt. And so I did. I wanted to. And now, a lot of the comments are saying I shouldn't be wasting resources on asphalt roads, I should be sticking to gravel, it's just a waste of time and resources and this and that. Totally agreed. I get it. It goes both ways, and it's just one of those things to keep in mind that I am trying to cover all the bases while also taking care of my own, again, vision for the nation. So I really wanted to have asphalt roads built right early on for this central area because I think it looks quite nice. I wanted to see how, it works, so to speak. I mean, I know how it works, but I wanted to see if we were ready for it. And the fact of the matter is that I don't think we are. We've chipped away at our economy because of those, electronic components, for example, that we needed to bring in. How long it takes to build some of these roads has just been completely unreasonable compared to what we actually need. And so, yeah, we're going to dial it back on these asphalt roads. So I just wanted to give that as an example of, experimenting, looking to the future, seeing what is and isn't possible, and then making a decision after the fact, while also taking into consideration your feedback in either sort of direction. Build asphalt roads versus hold off on asphalt roads. And that's just one example among many. Anyway, I want to be clear. I'm not upset or complaining or anything like that, but I wanted to give you guys some context on how I look at the feedback and weigh it all. And with that said, let's get this party started, shall we? First things first, double time as always. Second, let's go ahead and stop focusing on the radio. Turn our attention to the fuel processing study, make sure as many professors as possible are dedicated to this research, and really turn our attention to pushing towards the refineries. Fuel processing study will allow us to research refinery design and construction, which will then allow us to build the oil refinery. As many of you rightfully have pointed out, I am turning my attention way too narrow-mindedly on people's happiness. The timing of the music stopping there is just absolutely hilarious. But in all seriousness, I was so honed in on making people happy that as a result of that, I was like, we need to get the radio broadcast station up to take care of their loyalty because that's a serious problem. But the real problem is that we can't afford to build a radio broadcast station. It costs so much in resources that we can't afford to import. And then I don't have a population large enough to actually sustain the function of that radio broadcast station. It was an absolutely ludicrous line of thinking, and I should have cut myself off a lot sooner. So, I will say, thank you for grounding me, folks. Again, I do take all the feedback to heart. You guys are absolutely right. I was just tunnel vision. Just tunnel vision. So what we actually need to do is focus on, yes, getting the oil refineries up and running, processing our crude oil into fuel and into other byproducts, which we can then export to really bolster our economy, and then use that economy to then focus on people's happiness. Pioneers are always going to be upset in their present lives, but they're building for the future, right? And that's what we need to do, folks, and that's what we're going to do. Apart from that, let's also go ahead and, yes, pause the construction of this hospital. Go ahead and suspend that. Even though we've brought a lot of the resources in, the reality is that we're not going to be able to actually staff this hospital. So instead, we're going to allow this bus platform over here to take on passengers, which means that folks over here who otherwise can't reach the small clinic up here will instead make their way over to the bus platform, wait there for, the game says an hour, but I think it's actually like 2 hours. And then when they can't or don't get picked up to be taken to wherever they need to go to have their needs taken care of, they'll go ahead and go, oh, you know what, there's a small clinic right here, let's hop on over there. Obviously, they'll only do that when they're actually looking to visit a doctor, but that'll probably be a better use of our resources and our people, rather than building this hospital, you know, prematurely, as I was doing previously. So again, thank you for pointing that out. You're absolutely right. I shouldn't have focused on this. We've held back now, but we are still going to focus on the construction of this kindergarten and of this school. We don't want to fall behind on education is one thing, but also without a kindergarten, a lot of people aren't going to be able to actually work, and I kind of need them to do that. So this is hopefully all sorted and being taken care of. We'll turn our attention to these oil fields shortly, but first I want to very quickly recap what we were up to over here. So apart from getting all this up and running finally, we were also trying to establish some additional production capabilities as far as the construction industry is concerned. Now, I'm not too worried about rushing this stuff in sort of both directions. On the one hand, it's not all that expensive to bring some of these resources in, but on the other hand, it also doesn't take that many people to operate some of these industries. Like the concrete plant, if I'm not mistaken, just takes, I think it's like 5 people per shift. So concrete plant takes, 5 people per shift, which means I just need 15 workers to be able to operate the concrete plant at full capacity, right? So I'm not too worried about that. Whereas, for example, the radio broadcast station, we don't have the population for it. Though as I say that, I notice our population has dropped ever so slightly. And that's when, again, I fall back into the cycle of worrying about people's happiness and keeping them around. We'll be fine, but that's just where that comes from. Anyway, so the concrete plant, non-issue. This is just the dry bulk storage. This was the reminder for myself to actually build the loading, unloading for the dry bulk as well. But then I realized that I needed a cement plant. And so I went digging for a mod that I thought was reasonable and didn't feel like cheating, and I came across this compact cement plant. So it needs coal and gravel, and it produces cement, which we would, you know, load onto the storage here, and it would then go to the concrete plant to actually produce concrete, because the concrete plant needs gravel and cement as well as water. So here's the thing. Even this cement plant that I found isn't all that small, for lack of a better way of putting it. So I might need to rearrange how we're doing all this over here to actually make it all work. And the thing is that, again, we need gravel and coal. And what I'm thinking is we pull gravel from the gravel processing plant here, but coal, we either need to draw from all the way up over here down to here using a conveyor belt system, or we build another aggregate storage in the area where we place coal to provide a constant source of it, because the actual cement plant can only store 15 tons of coal at a time while using 12 tons for maximum productivity. So we'd be struggling to maintain a decent level of coal at the cement plant. So this is going to need some reworking, but I'm not going to start over there. This was more just to recap where we were, because it has been it's been a couple of weeks since that episode, so I just wanted to give a quick recap and then turn my attention to something that's actually pressing. Again, feedback has been tremendously helpful in bringing me down to earth and getting me to focus on some urgent things that need solving. First things first, this water tower is not a good time. And we're wasting so much fuel buying water from Kurvarud. We need to solve this problem once and for all. So let's turn our attention to our switch down over here. Let's go ahead and establish a quick pumping station, because we're going to need it. And then let's go ahead and, well, let's get this down first, right? Let's go ahead and pop you down. Where, buddy? Right there should do the trick. Sure, I'm trying to figure out if I also want to get another switch, and I probably do. So let's pop you down over here. Realistically, we're not going to be able to keep this distribution office over there because, well, rather, realistically, we're going to keep this distribution office over here because we cannot fit a bigger one in this area anyway. So eventually, when we build our additional distribution offices here, we might get rid of this one, but this space is going to be wasted So I'm not too worried about the placement of a pumping station over here, for example. But yes, we got the pumping station over there. Do I want another switch? Let's take a quick look at what we've got set up over here. Where are my switches? We got you coming through. This is going to connect, obviously. We don't have water. Got a switch over there. So yeah, we'll want another switch somewhere over here. We're going to rework this road, so I want to be careful about getting ourselves locked in over there, I suppose. Let's go ahead and put this switch down, maybe like over here or something. Right next to the quartz. Really wish the input and the pedestrian walkway weren't in the same direction. Here, let's go ahead and do this for now. Pop you down there. Let's get the pedestrian, just the dirt connection over like so. And again, we can fix this afterwards, right? When we adjust the road, we can adjust the walkway as well. Suspend it for now, and let's go ahead and get water coming up from here to here. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, this is cheapest if I just go this kind of sharp route. Do that. And then we'll be able to push water up that way. We'll be able to pull water back down as well if need be. What are we actually doing over here? We've got... Yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, this works. And then what I'll probably do is come up over here. Come down this way. Do I do that or do I pull from up over here? 18 tons of gravel versus 22 tons of gravel. Okay, so it is less if I take the straight line out. This would allow me to continue upwards if I wanted to build another pumping station or just anything up over here, I guess. So sure, we'll leave that be, and instead let's connect from over here and hope that we're getting enough water pressure. Sure. The intent is to get water from our supply down here all the way up to this tower. And for that to happen, we of course need to make this connection here as well. Cool. And that should do the trick. It'll go through this building into that tower, and then from that tower, it'll get distributed down this way. So that's just it. We have another switch down over here. We have ways to pull water further down. That's all well and good. If I wanted to get another tower established, I can pull down from here and build another tower or something too. Whatever. I'm thinking way too far ahead and probably thinking incorrectly as to where we're actually going to end up when it's time to build more, water towers and stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and batch start construction. All of you, and once that's done, we can stop the import of water, and we won't have to worry about the expansion down over here needing more water trucks or anything like that. And that should be a good sort of permanent solution. Well, I say permanent. I don't want to get too cocky, but that should be a good solution for the time being, at least for the foreseeable future. Let's put it that way. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this construction. It'll take some time. It'll take some resources, but let's make sure. Yeah, excavators are being delivered. We got an excavator for this construction, one for this construction over here, looks like, or... Yeah, and then buddy over here as well. Cool. Cool. And then we've got the pedestrian over here, yeah. Pedestrian walkway, I should say. Cool. So with that done, there's more pipe we have to lay. Let's turn our attention to the sewage situation, because what's going on right now is a lot of people are still suffering from... Of course, as I go to look for it, I can't find it anywhere. Are you for real? Seriously, no one's complaining about backed up sewage right now? We got a lot of sewage, right? And it's almost certainly causing some pollution. Of course, right now, no one's complaining about it, but we've seen it happen time and time again, where sewage was a serious issue. What is going on? Why? There we go, finally. I was just waiting for it to pop up somewhere. Sewage tank is overflowing. This is a constant issue, so we're going to try and solve that as well. In order to do so, we're going to actually go ahead and connect to this building out over here to get the outflow working as it's supposed to be working. This was a good stopgap solution, but we're using so much fuel, delivering 9.5 cubic meters of wastewater at a time, and it's just not doing what I need it to do. So while it has saved us a fair bit of money, and it has allowed us to see significant numbers up over here for the first time in what, like a decade almost, it's time to make it even more efficient, right? Like, they serve their purpose, it's all well and good, but it's time to evolve our setup over there. So what I'm probably going to do What I'm probably going to do is, extend from here all the way to there. The other option is to extend from somewhere here onwards, but that would involve like destroying the sewage tank potentially, and we don't have... Like right now, sewage is all coming to this central point already. Rather than reworking all of that to make sure that our buildings are able to, you know, deliver to a new central point, I think I should just pull from here. Now, a couple of episodes ago, I kind of did quick, rough, straight line from here to there, and it was extremely prohibitively expensive. We're obviously not going to actually do that. So let's go ahead and do this properly. Let's go ahead and do this properly and see how much that's actually going to cost us. So first things first, a sewage pump is probably a necessity over here to allow us to get the sewage a bit higher up. Don't need it to be... actually, I might need it to be negative 15 meters. So sure, let's go ahead and pop you down. Let's say over here. And don't worry, if this gets fiddly, I am going to edit parts of it out. Might result in a slightly shorter episode, but I think that's the right call. Now, do I want to have a big sewage pipe is the question. It might not be a terrible idea. 4.1, 20, 4.5. 4.1, 20, 4... Oh, wow, that is actually a huge difference in cost. Maybe we just go with the medium, because I'd at least want to do medium, right? Tons of gravel per... But yeah, okay, that's going to make a significant difference. Let's go ahead and start with just the medium. Start with a medium. Buddy over here. You need to have a pedestrian connection. Yeah, okay, cool. And I'm aware that my plan was to put a power plant over here, but that plan might be changing drastically, actually. I might be, again, drawing coal down to here. I might be building the coal power plant a bit higher up. I might not do a coal power plant in the first place because, again, we have oil, right, that we can use instead to generate power. So that's all up in the air now. Anyway, back on task. Let's go ahead and get this figured out here. And I want to get this figured out before I focus on expanding our oil capabilities because I think this is going to... I think this is the right order of doing things. I could very well be wrong. Could very well be wrong. Tighten this turn over here. Tunnel is above in certain places. Okay, let's go ahead and basically avoid building it deep when we don't have to, right? Because that's where a lot of the cost comes in. Let's pull you over to here. And yeah, it's mostly like prefab panels and stuff, so it's not the most expensive material, but it is also the time it takes to bring that material over and all that good stuff. Bring you over to here. Okay. I can do that. Seems relatively cheap and affordable. Let's make sure that it's not poking out anywhere, right? You know, underground all the way through. Underground all the way through. Yeah, that's good and clean. And then from here, whoops. Like, do I want to follow the road? Probably not. I go straight. So tempting. So tempting to save the time. But no, also ridiculous. We can go straight up a little bit. Now, the other question is, do I want to build a switch over here? Actually, probably do, right? Just another opportunity to bring sewage together. Go ahead and do this kind of a thing. Yeah. So what else are we doing on these roads, right? Especially over here where we're so close to this intersection. We can't do too much in this area. Maybe a gas station or something. We got plenty of room for that, though. Pop you down over here like so. Suspend this construction for the time being because we don't know if I'll need to shift it somewhere else, right? And then let's get the sewage continuing. Requires proper slope. Okay. Cancel that. Oop. Bane of my existence. There we go. All right, cool. I'll take it. As long as it works. But again, this will act as a feed for other sources, right? Like if I build more sewage down over here and I want to bring it up to here instead, I can do that now. Do that now. What is... This is power. Have we not been built yet? Guess not. Guess it hasn't even been commissioned yet. Do I not need your... No, you're getting power. No, you're not getting power. Oh, wait, how you have... Just one, this hasn't been built yet. Guess I'm mistaken. Alright, fair enough. Always throws me off. Anyway, back on task, sorry. My point is, that I was getting at previously before I interrupted myself. Now, if we need to bring more sewage up over here, we can. If I don't, like, if I want to... If I do want to demolish this and connect to here instead, I can. If I want to build something all the way over there and bring it up to here, I can. And we'll need many more of these, obviously, but that's a future me problem. All right, let's go ahead and pull from over here. We can, in fact, follow the road a little bit. I'm also trying to figure out if I don't just go straight out. I'm trying to find the cheapest path, I guess. This is too like mountainous. I don't think we should go this way, because then we'll have to go lower and lower, much lower than necessary, I think. So let's go ahead and undo that, actually. Like, we want to go in that direction eventually, but this is too far too soon, I think. And the reason why I'm keeping this in so far is because it hasn't gotten too fiddly yet, and I'd love to hear people's thoughts on how this is going, and maybe I can improve this, because managing waste is one of those things which is like, I'm sure there's ways I can be doing this a lot better. I don't want to follow the road because that seems like a very indirect route with all the curving and stuff. Let's see, if I do... Yeah. Let's head out to here, roughly. Still keep my distance from the really bumpy kind of mountainous area. And... requires proper slope. Okay, good stuff. There's gonna be so much gravel, folks. It's gonna be so much gravel. Trying to figure out if there was a sweet spot there where I can raise it a bit more. No, I can't. Jeez. This seems unavoidable, to be honest. This feels like the most direct path that we could be taking. It's gonna be like thousands of tons of gravel. Requires proper slope, that's okay. Can I? Yes, I can. Right, see, like, that seems like the most direct path to me. We've got straight line, and then a straight-ish line with a little kink in the pipe there, but that was necessary. And this seems like the most direct path to me. And if I take a look at the cost of it all, holy 1,500 tons of gravel, 200 tons of prefab panels, 300 tons of concrete, and over 6,000 work days. And that's why I wanted to get this sorted before we start working on our oil stuff, because, you know, now we're going to make progress over here as we fiddle around with our oil fields. But it seems like the right call, and let's just take a look to make sure that nothing's like poking up. The other thing is that this is tucked away somewhere where we're probably not going to be doing too much construction. So even when things like this happen, can I raise the terrain a little bit around it? Yeah, I can. Cool. Just to cover it up. Following this path. Yeah, looks okay. Looks okay, looks okay. Alright. Haven't seen anything yet. All the way over to here. Yeah, alright. So I mean, this seems okay. I guess the one thing I could consider is putting another switch down over there. To what end? I guess if, yeah, I wanted to get sewage over without going all the way to there. It's not a bad reason. Okay, sure. Go ahead and nix this and watch. I'll never be able to recreate this again. Switch. Get you here. And then let's go ahead and hook that up and hook that up. Cool. So yeah, if we want, you know, if we have development over here, we can hook up to there. Oh, I wish this was straighter. I'm going to leave it be. I wish it was straighter, but I'm going to leave it be. Yeah, it leaves room for a connection over here. So if we have development over here, you know, or more like factory stuff, we can hook up to this point. If we have more development over here, we can hook up to this point over here. And meanwhile, if we have some development over here, we can hook up to this point. So we've got options. We've given ourselves options, I guess, is what I'm going to tell myself as why this is the right call. And then I'm going to get ready to invest a whole lot of money and wait for the comments to flood in that tell me that I could have done this a lot more efficiently. I'm sure there's a significantly more efficient way of doing this, but you know what? This is the way we've chosen. Let's go ahead and batch start construction and hope for the best. No. Let's go ahead and make sure we're able to actually connect properly, because if we can't, then we're in trouble. A whole different kind of trouble, but trouble nonetheless. So you should be able to come out like so and hook up like so. Yeah, excellent. And over here, we've already got the connection. Yeah, over here. How do we want to do this? First of all, let's get... where is this? There. Let's get the dirt road up to there, I guess. And then get the pedestrian connection over here. Cool. That should do the trick. Batch start construction. God, part of me doesn't want to know how much better I could have probably planned this. Part of me really doesn't want to know. Part of me does, part of me doesn't. I mean, feel free if you want to, like, share like an MS Paint doodle of, like, yeah, you should have done this instead, and that would have been so much better, party. But hey, it's fine. 43k is where we're at right now. Let's see how much this ends up costing us. Sure, we could do the math based on the resource cost we saw. It'll take a long time. How much gravel do we have? About 420. Okay, plenty in this storage as well that needs to be shifted over. Gonna get drained real fast. Anyway, while that's happening down over here, has this water connection been made? No, we're missing what? Mechanical components. Why is that? Why is that? Do you not have a source of mechanical components? Ashikal Construction Warehouse currently doesn't have any mechanical components. We have the distribution offices that are meant to bring mechanical components over from Al-Balutakia, but they're not. Is it that one of them is and one of them isn't? So you, my good friend, are picking up mechanical components from Al-Balutakia, and at Ashikal Construction Warehouse number 3, which should actually be called just Ashikal Construction Warehouse. No need for the number 3 there. You are dropping them off. Okay, so what's the deal here? Take a look at our vehicles. We've got the covered hull. And they're so busy with electronic components that they're not bringing mechanical components over. In fact, where are you bringing the... Oh. What's up with you? Why are you stuck here? I'm not about to dump a ton of electronic components. You want to unload them at the construction warehouse? Yeah, you're supposed to. Let's see. Construction warehouse is not topped up. Oh, you know what? Maybe if we set this to 12%. Or maybe even more. Let's try 13%. There we go. Yeah, that's what it was. He was holding on to it because he just picked up a little bit too much. Cool. Glad we sorted that out. Otherwise, just thinking about what else to very quickly cover as far as like the comments and stuff were concerned before I move on. Let's take a quick look actually at, well, a couple things. One, looks like people are getting their health care, so that's good. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at, not that, but overlays. Health, 90%. That's not amazing, I'm going to be honest. That's not amazing. We're not seeing warnings up over here. Overall, health is looking good. It's at 89%. That's not bad. Unable to visit hospital. There's been a couple of people who haven't been able to, but that's probably more because of staffing issues than anything else. Over here are the passengers clogging things up. No, they're not, so that's good. Why are you all over here? Food, electronics, clothes, all kinds of stuff. Visit the doc. Oh, hey, hang on. Where'd he go? Visit the doctor. Buddy here. Let's see what he actually does. He's been here for... Yeah, see, this is the thing. Look how slowly waiting on platform ticks up and how quickly free time gets spent. Like, that's moving 3 times as quickly as this is, right? But once that waiting on platform is done, he'll start going towards the small clinic. He'll get there just shy of his time being up, and he'll try and get this taken care of. Doesn't actually manage. So is he going to be upset about it? Yes. This might be the one person. We just had the bad luck of finding the one person who wasn't going to get their needs taken care of. Well, 90% isn't terrible, considering these guys are at 84 and 87 respectively, despite being even closer. So maybe we're actually okay. All right, fair enough. So I wanted to check that really quickly. I wanted to check to make sure we have food, clothes, electronics, and meat over here. Food is available here, yes. The vehicles making their way over. Yep, bringing some food over. Okay, excellent, cool. So this is all working. I was a little worried about that. This is all working. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if mechanical components are en route now that, yes, they are. Beautiful. 6.5 tons, and we still have close to 40k rubles, so that's comfortable, I guess. That's convenient. That's nice. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm not worried, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Okay. Cool, so I want to address that, and I also want to quickly address the fact that, yes, folks, I'm aware that the fabric factory has enough output to provide fabric for 2 clothing factories. However, because we only have the 1 clothing factory, I have halved the number of people coming to the fabric factory to actually have like a 1-to-1 ratio over here. And the reason for that is because I don't have the room for an additional clothing factory right now. We can certainly terraform and make room for it, but also I don't think I have the population needed. We'd need 300, 240, 540, 540 people just to operate the 1 fabric factory and clothing factory. Add another 240 to that, 700, and that's 780, right? 780 people just dedicated to clothes and fabric. That's a bit lopsided. That's why I'm not building the additional clothing factory just quite yet, but yes, it is very much part of the plan to build another clothing factory and get this all operating at maximum efficiency. But before we do that, we're waiting for more people to arrive, and that's why we continue to build more housing, because we're about to top up over here. We'll need another one, and another one, and another one, and I'm turning into DJ Khaled over here, but fact of the matter is that we need more housing. We're going to keep pursuing that. Over here, the kindergarten is up and running. That's great to see. Beautiful. We got some of these ports up and running as well. The school is also up and running. This is all looking really good, actually. This is coming together very nicely. Now, I'm very pleased with how this has come together. And yes, we're going to find more monuments, and we're not going to have just Lenin after Lenin after Lenin. Don't worry. I'll switch it up. I've seen your feedback on that front too. We'll get this one last Lenin over here, and I guess I have, yes, overinvested in increasing people's loyalty using overlapping monuments. I'm aware that they don't stack. I'm aware, but I guess again, this was me getting tunnel vision and trying to respond to a situation that didn't need such urgent responding to, and that's why we're also pausing some of this construction. I'm not in as much of a rush anymore. All right, that has become a scarier number, but we're not going to let that bother us. We're going to instead turn our attention now to, well, first of all, quickly, you. Are you getting your mechanical components? No, you're not. What is going on here? We got 5 tons. Just want to make sure this is working all right. Not you, but you. Got a covered hull vehicle, yep. Source for gravel is empty. Yikes. Okay, it's pushing through. I was a little worried about this being... like, push this stuff through as well, you know? I could distribute it. I could just pick it up from here and drop it off over here, sure. Maybe I just do that. The gravel processing plant, load gravel and unload it over here, sure. Just to get that stuff flowing. I might actually want more trucks to get this stuff moving a bit more quickly as well. we'll keep an eye on this, because as we're taking on this massive construction project, which actually has seen a fair bit of progress already. Wow, that's genuinely faster than I would have expected. Holy, alright. I mean, this is obviously the big stretch, followed by that one. But we're seeing decent progress. Have we got excavators at all of them? Not at this one. And yet it's come a long way already. Oh, what do you know? Okay. Sorry, I was just very nervous about this project. But yeah, so I guess that's where all the gravel's gone. If I can get these trucks to move some over, I'll be happy. Obviously, they should prioritize the quarried stone. Where are these guys? Slowly loading up. It's so slow because they're not connected to this, right? So, yeah, it's fine. They're doing their job, though. That's what was more important, is that they're doing their job. Slowly dumping the stuff over. Yeah, okay, that works for me. We'll rework this later. Let's turn our attention then back once more to here. I just want this thing to get done. Missing bricks, boards, and steel. Well, bricks are coming through. Boards and steel. We got steel, we got boards. Alright, we'll be fine. Sorry. Again, just kind of getting my bearings again after the break. So I apologize for some of that. But anyway, back over here. Like I said, we want to extend our oil fields. So we got the 3 over here. They're making us a decent bit of money. They could probably be making us more if I purchased some additional cisterns. And I wonder if that's not a good idea, actually, before we start building more more pump jacks. And we will, don't worry. We're definitely building more pump jacks. I know exactly where I'm going to place them as well. But I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, this guy's all the way there. Where's the other one? There. Wow, okay, we can definitely use a third one here. So, down over here, let's go ahead and purchase a new cistern. It was this one for 9.5. Has that price gone up? Maybe. Anyway, let's get you coming through. Let's... Oh, right, you come from over here, eh? Cool. He's got to actually like make his way through first. Let's set line to vehicle. Buddy here. And don't go to the depot, just go straight to the pump jack. Alright. Might have been a mistake. Considering how much we're spending on some of the other projects right now, that might have been a little bit of a mistake. But this is almost done, right? Still missing boards and steel. Make sure nothing else here is being built. You're suspended, you're suspended, you're suspended. I guess this children's playground is being built. Suspend the construction there as well. Don't waste the steel and stuff. This is also suspended. No, it's not suspended. But it's not being built because this has been suspended. Okay, cool. Alright, the hospital's been suspended. Okay, and none of this is being built either. Because this is suspended, yep. This is suspended, and this is suspended. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure we weren't needlessly importing resources for construction that doesn't need to be done. Okay. Alright, we should be okay. Oof. Where's all this money going? These mechanical components were, of course, very expensive. Let's not do that much. Let's do like that much. We don't need that many mechanical components. Cool. That should be more sustainable numbers. You know, the prefab panels, not that expensive, like 25 tons, 26 tons, less than 700. Crops are, yes, expensive, and yeah, we will be able to grow our own crops in some of the more like oasis areas, but that's not a top priority for me. Top priority for me is the production of oil and fuel. Now, how are we looking actually down over here with this university? About 40% done with the research here. That's not bad. Well, I should say 39%. This is rounding up from that, and I was rounding up from this, which isn't doing anybody any favors. All right. Food continues to be expensive as well, obviously. Again, crops, food, it's all in the same kind of vein. Oil is on its way out, and clothes are on their way out as well, right? Producing clothes at a decent enough rate, I think. Fabric coming through. Oh, you're just bringing crops over. I guess, right, that's just it. Because of our new setup, clothes only get exported when they hit a certain threshold. And so it becomes a lot more nerve-wracking, I guess. But that should be fine as we hit double digits again. Okay, cool. Alright, enough about that. Let's turn our attention now here. So, first things first, pump jacks. We've got this one spot over here that takes us up to like 58% or so, 59%. We can definitely do that, 60 even. Thought I saw. Yeah. Bit of flattening is all we need. We can pop you down. Oh, 61. 60 is all I think we have accessible, actually. Let's pop you down over here. You've got power, so that's good. Cool. Further down, we no longer have power, but we do have a decent additional source of oil down over here. Did I say fuel earlier? I meant oil. So we're going to need to extend the supply of power. Do we have a switch? We have this switch over here, which is good. We'll need some more switches. But for the time being... Actually, do we have another switch in the area? We don't. Oh, wait, hang on. This is a switch, right? Yeah, it is. This is the substation. This is the switch. Cool. Perfect. So, let's first continue to plan the placement of these pump jacks. Gonna go ahead and pop one down where we hit that 70. Like 73, 76, 80 even, potentially. Come on, baby. There we go, 80. Line our waterfront with just these giant pump jacks. They're not that expensive to build. I mean, 6 tons of steel isn't that bad compared to how much money they make us in a very quick time frame. 81%. Greed. Endless greed. Let's go. Pop you down there. And we should have another spot in between where we can fit another one. 40%, 43%, sure. 44%. Mind if I do? Sure. Pop you down there. Now it's quite a long distance to go up to this storage spot over here, so we'll need more pumps. The plan, I think, still is to have the storage be centralized over here, because here's where we have the loading and unloading station. If we get all this happening in the nearish future, again, very expensive, but if we get this happening in the near future, then I would want my oil trucks to come here to pick up the oil and then take it away. Or, again, from here, we'll send the oil up over here, which is where our refinery and stuff will go, right? Just as a reminder of what our conversation was many, many, many moons ago now. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's continue this road down this way. And here again, I'm wondering, like, do I go ahead and build this up in asphalt, right? Because I'll want the trucks to be moving rather quickly so they're able to get the oil quickly, right? I can plan with dirt, sure, but eventually I'll want it to be to be asphalt. But let's go ahead and pull back a bit because we have to go around this hill. I'm not going to do too much flattening over here. I don't think it's necessary. We can work with the geography around us. So go down this way. I would like to try and keep those trees alive if possible. If possible. Continue down this way a bit more. And then bring you down to there. Right, and then we'll definitely be losing some trees over here. Take one out on the way down to here. Also got to think about the pumps. Where the pumps go. We got this one over here. Again, thinking about efficiency versus preservation. Then you're around like that. And again, we'll have to do a bit of flattening, I imagine. Around like that. And down. Surely there's a way down here. Come on, I see the sweet spots. It was like right there. There we go. Pull down like this. And this can hook up like this. Okay, cool. But that's not what we're doing. We got to get the pumps in place as well, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at our, not the pump jack, but the liquid pumping station. 3 in, 1 out. Got to make sure the distance is okay as well, right? Like, I don't know if this one... is going to be rough. Because if we put one down over here to collect from here and here, it's not going to be able to get from these guys, I don't think. So let's go ahead and cancel pipe first of all. Get rid of this loop over here. We don't need that to be like that anymore. 3 in, 1 out. We'd pop you down where, and again, this is planning ahead, right? I'm not going to build all this stuff right away, but I want to make sure that I'm ready for it when the time comes. Otherwise, I'm really screwing myself over. I could also do this instead. Which is probably the right call. Okay, here, let's try this. Pop you down over here. Go ahead and suspend construction. Let's get our pipe. Up like that. Back down. Don't necessarily love how that looks. Not a priority, I suppose, but I like to try at least. That kind of a thing. Like, that feels better, you know, it matches the rest of the vibe in this area. So we do that. From there, buddy here. How do we want to do this? Again, I could go underground, right? An option. I need to have a separate pump type for that. If I do this... bring you down to here. My feeling is that I'm going to need... like, if I try and connect this up to here... let's do this for a test. I get a very strong feeling that this is going to be too long. Really? You're going to let me connect all the way up to there? No way. Okay, that... no, okay, it's because it didn't connect. It's because it didn't connect. There's no way. Yeah, too long. I was going to say, there's no way that connection's possible. So let's get rid of that. Glad I checked, though. Always good to check and be sure. Let me, please. Thank you. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. Away you go. Okay. So that means I will need another pump somewhere over here. Presumably. It could probably be a bit lower, but I don't think there's more oil to be had down here. Pump jack. Like 20%. I mean, I guess 30% is not terrible. Oh, maybe even 40? You know what? I've put it down for 40 before. So why not for 36, which is basically 40. Oh, there's literally 40. And have it your way, game. Right on this tree. Right on that tree. All right, why not? Cool. And then the road, just trying to figure out. Here, let's, if we bring this road back a little bit. What could I do? I don't have a depot nearby. There, so connect it like that. Fair enough. A bit of a bumpy road, but nothing our nation isn't used to. This can continue on down this way. Yeah, this will be able to connect there and there. Straight enough road. Okay, cool. And so, yeah, I guess Could get a pump a bit lower then. 3 in, 1 out. Something like this. These poor trees are going to get absolutely destroyed by the road that comes through here. But what are you going to do? Guess I could put this down somewhere here instead, because this needs to come up, right? Up and over. Black ground here. Again, trying to minimize my my terraforming over here as much as possible. Feels fitting, I think. Always happy to be told otherwise. Pipe. You'd come up this way. Go a bit straight first. Around this way. Like so. Up. Over and down. Cool. So again, matching our vibe up over there. Bit longer up top, but still matching the same kind of feeling. And then will you be able to connect? I hope so. I hope so. Let's see. I wonder if there isn't like overpasses. These are some mods that I'd gotten a long time ago. I don't think I need them. Alright. Up top. Again, it goes up to about 14 or 15 meters. Then it goes across. And it comes back down. That's the approach I've taken up top over there. And so that's what I'm taking down over here as well. This pipe is going to be so expensive. Makes me almost want to put a pump down over here, you know? Just so that I'm not drawing 2 pipes up, just the one. Like, yeah, I could put it down over here. Bring that pipe, loop it back, basically. Again, trying to think about terraforming versus not terraforming. Gotta be a spot somewhere up over here as well, I imagine. Or over here? Really? Wow. I guess the beach is quite slopey. Alright, it's starting to get fiddly here. Might just need to put a depot down so I can do some light terraforming in the area. Sorry, I thought I saw a spot here that worked, but I guess not. For sure, this is what we'll do. Pop you down over here. Spend that construction, and again, really wondering if this should all be asphalt. It's going to be expensive. Probably worth it. Not with the power. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not gonna have streetlights and stuff. I don't need streetlights. Not out over here. Though it is nice. I saw some of y'all mention like, oh, I like driving through the like where the oil fields are and seeing the streetlights and stuff and how they're laid out. In some industrial zones definitely look very pretty with the with lights. Not ours though. Don't need it. We just got rid of a tree, didn't we? That's fine. The reason why I'm doing this is because I might need another connection out over here. Don't think there's anything available in the area. Down the line. No, okay, no. Nothing's gonna come that way. I should have just stuck with what I had. Oh, you know what? 10%. 10%'s not enough to invest all that steel and stuff in, right? Like, that's gotta be overkill. Have some dignity. It's 25% though. 25% doesn't feel too bad. 26 even. Okay, something to think about. Anyway, back on task. Back on task. Clean this up. Because this looks so much nicer and it's probably cheaper also. And then this guy. Probably follow this road pretty closely, but we just have to be careful about the length of the pipe, but I think we'll be okay. Pull you up to there. Cool. Again, this is going to be tremendously expensive. If we just take a look at the costs, 168 tons of steel. And that's just this. Or maybe that does include the stuff over here that's been suspended. But either way, 168 tons of steel. $100,000, 100,000 rubles, if we were to use money directly. So, there'll be some time before these pipes get laid, but I of course wanted to plan for them because they are going to be they're going to be built eventually. Oh, these poor trees. They don't stand a chance. Don't stand a chance against industry. I only took out 2. That's okay, I don't feel as bad. Got that. Down over here, you'll hook up like this, and you'll hook up like this. Okay. Suspending this construction still for the time being. Go ahead and get this pipe planned over here next. It's like, just trying to dodge what few trees we have. Now, where is that other spot for the pump jack? Do I actually want to put it down over here for 22%? Seems ridiculous, right? That seems kind of stupid. 24%. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe let's not. Because, again, the cost to actually, you know, maintain it, to build it, and to bring it the resources it needs, like the truck coming through, the fuel it spends, etc., probably not worth it, right? Lies I tell myself. Let's see. Up to here. And up to here. Sure. Still causing obstruction. Fair enough. Really? There we go. Cool. Alright. You guys are all pumping. Again, over here I could... This will probably be shorter, actually, if I do that. Save what resources I can when I can. Put you down like that. And hook you up like this. There we go. We got this. Onto pumping into here. Setting it up to there. That better work. Yeah, it should work. All the way up to here, and then from here, this is where it gets... I should have checked this out first, actually. Do I have enough room? I do. Okay. You'd come this way. Up that way. Up over top. As we do. Cross, and not able to come back down. Here. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that looks nice. That works. Cool. So in theory, this should all work. In theory. It should all work. And then from here, again, we'd connect to the refinery and all that stuff, which we'd build on this mountaintop, because there is plenty of oil to be had. Here. There we go. There's a lot to be had over here. And so we'd kind of like run pipes up to the refinery over here. Then we'd build the refinery over here because we already have so much oil in the area already. So that's what I'm thinking. But one more thing I need to actually do before I commission all this construction is make sure we're able to get power down here. So first of all, let's get a switch established. Where? Power down. Maybe over here somewhere. Sure. Pop you down there. Go ahead and suspend your construction. Let's get Buddy over here. That's gonna be fun, isn't it? I get you over to here. Gotta be just a little bit further out, of course. Right, over to there. Road connection overlaps with existing construction. Cool. Glad I checked. Keep that suspended. Okay. Goes back a bit. Pull it over this way, and then hook you up like so. And then hopefully what I can do is get a substation down like over here. And that should supply power to almost everyone. Buddy over here isn't getting power. Alright, I gotta be like down over here. Because then this guy gets power, this guy gets power, this guy gets power, this guy and this guy get power. That guy gets power as well. And up over here, these guys already have power from that substation, presumably. I'll check. Come on, there we go. So right there, go ahead and suspend you two, just in case. And power comes. Don't want to destroy these trees if I can avoid it. The environmentalist in me is kicking in as I place these massive pump jacks. Pull you up that way. Pull you down this way and over. Sure. So that should give us enough power for these three buildings and for these three buildings. All right. And buddy, over here, you're getting your power from, yeah, that substation up over there. And that should be all we need. Okay, so we've got road connections, we've got power connections, we've got the actual pump jacks themselves. Question becomes, yeah, do I want to build these roads as asphalt roads before we do all that construction? It would take gravel and asphalt, of course, down over here, actually. How are we looking in terms of this construction project? You know what? Decent bit of progress. 24% done over here. 37% done over here. I mean, here... Yeah, see, I could have probably dodged... I probably could have done this a bit more efficiently, but then we'd get so bogged down by it, you know? There's definitely certain spots, like over here, where we're going to be investing a lot more resources than would have been necessary. What I probably could have done is brought this over this way so it was a bit more flat, and then gone down there, but it is what it is. Again, apart from just playing, you know, for the sake of playing, I'm also playing for the sake of making progress in an episodic sort of way. It changes things a little bit. But we're looking okay, actually. Missing gravel. That's going to be our bottleneck, isn't it? That's funny. That's funny. You go back to basics. Get more stone quarries going. Because again, we don't need workers. We just need excavators for them, right? So it is an option. Why are you using this road? You should not be using this road, buddy. You should be on the dirt road that I've made specifically for you. Or do we need to do some reassigning over here? Yeah, you should be able to come up this way, yeah. Anyway, just take a quick look here. He brings over the quarried stone. It gets instantaneously processed into gravel, which I assume gets instantly picked up. you know, health is looking alright. Happiness has been stable. Not too bad. Not too bad, as we call it a session over here, folks. I certainly hope you enjoyed this one. Made a couple of fundamental changes to our next steps. I think they're going to be extremely valuable. The future of our nation. Managed to return to our 40k ruble, you know, give or take where we began this session. So that feels good. Of course, a lot of that money is going to go away as we, invest in this expansion over here. Jeez, and it's certainly an investment. Now, again, it's going to be the pump jacks first, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's going to be the pump jacks first, and the pipes and all that will come later when we have a bit more of a stable economy. But exporting this oil alone is going to do a lot for us. Very much looking forward to the new plan. Let's call it the old new plan, I guess. Yeah. The new old plan? The new old plan is what it would be. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know your thoughts down below. As always, leaving those likes and comments make a huge difference in letting me know what you're enjoying on the channel, letting me know what I should do more or less of, and how I should go about doing it. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, fears, concerns, hopes, dreams, drop them down below. They will get addressed in one way, shape, or form somewhere down the line. Again, just as a reminder, I'm recording a handful of episodes back-to-back over here, so I might be a bit slow on the uptake with some of the feedback. But it is getting read, it is being registered, it is being taken into consideration when I return after the marathon recording session to continue growing our, again, soon-to-be glorious nation. Folks, hope you had a good time. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. They'll keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time. Cheers.